Hello, I'm George Coronius. Today we're going to talk about what's in my bag. When I shoot a wedding, I've got two bags with me. The Holdfast Roamographer and the Lowepro Roller 2. Between these two bags, I got everything I need to shoot a wedding. In this case, also an engagement session. I split my gear up depending on the portion of the day I'm shooting. For getting ready, and for portraits, and all the way up to the ceremony, I'm using the Roamographer. The gear in here is my go-to portrait gear. It is a lightweight bag, kind of looks like an old-fashioned doctor's bag, and it allows me to kind of go into a hotel room, not to worry about rolling stuff around. If we have to go straight to portraits, I don't need to go over a golf course or grassy terrain with a roller bag. Everything is in here. This is my quintessential throw it over my shoulder bag, and it looks great, and it's a lifesaver. For the ceremony and the reception, I bring out some bigger guns, I bring out some more gear, and it all fits in my Lowepro Roller 2. These two bags pretty much have my life in them, so I make sure I watch them pretty closely. The gear I carry with me is gear I will absolutely use during a wedding. I don't believe in having gear just to have gear. Everything has to serve a purpose, and I make sure my lenses, my cameras are all something that will help me make money and also help me shoot a wedding. I don't, if something is not used for a certain amount of time, it goes on eBay. And I have no allegiance to my camera equipment or my lenses. Everything has to help me improve my business and improve my wedding photography. So let's take a look at what's in my bag. In the Roamographer right now, I keep one body and a handful of lenses. The bag opens up just by removing these latches. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt at first, but you get used to it after a while. Also, as the leather kind of softens up. In here I have my trusty D810, very high megapixel, very lightweight camera with a grip, because I have big hands, and a 24-70. I use a 24-70 for getting ready because I don't have the luxury of being in fancy presidential suites. Most of my brides are in regular hotel rooms or in their home, and I need to move quickly. I need to get into different positions quickly, and don't like to be locked into a prime lens. I like having a zoom for those situations. The D810 is just a sharp, amazing camera. I love the high megapixels because I can crop into photos if need be and still have a lot of room to spare. So that's my go-to camera for portraits and for getting ready. I keep a SB700 with me. It's a lightweight, small flash, very easy to use, and it's good for keeping on my camera and doesn't break my hands. Also keep a Hoodman loop. This is for portraits in bright sunlight. Helps me see, blocks off the sun over my my display, and lets me truly see if a photo is sharp or not in bright sun. I also have the 85-14G. This is my go-to portrait lens. I use this for bridal portraits. I use it for if I need a little more zoom, if I need to get into a tighter shot, and the 24-70 is not enough. The D4 is amazing. It's also a very sharp lens, and portrait screens are absolutely beautiful. I always have two walkie-talkies with me. In this case, the Motorola CLS 1110. This is to communicate with my second shooters. These are a lifesaver. We're doing a first look, and I'm with the bride, and he's with the groom. We need to get them together at one point, and there's not always cell signal. I learned that in Montauk when I was shooting at Gurney's, and there was no cell signal. So I immediately went and purchased a pair of walkie-talkies. Absolute lifesaver. I also keep my 105 macro VR. This is for ring shots. This is also, again, if I need a little more reach than the 85 gives, I have the 105. If the 85 ever goes down, this is a great backup. It's just a beautiful lens. It's a little slow. Again, it's meant more for macro photography. Finally, I have the Flex TTL and Mini TTL Pocket Wizards. That's for if I just need to do some off-camera flash, but I don't want to set up a whole light on a stick. And I can pop these behind a couch, pop these behind a couple, and it makes my life a little easier. It's also helpful since the SB700 does not have a PC port. So these are the only way I can really use the SB700 as off-camera flash. So next we move to the Lowepro Roller 2. This is my main bag during the reception and the ceremony. Most important thing in here are my Holdfast money makers. This is my camera strap of choice, all leather, handmade, absolutely gorgeous strap system that allows you to slide cameras up and down. I have 2 cameras on there, sometimes I'll even put a third between my chest. Best money I've ever spent. Never thought twice about buying that. I keep a D3s with my 70-200. This is for the ceremony. Helps me get a ton of reach if I'm in a cathedral or in a church situation where I can't get near the altar. D3s is also my sharpest camera in reception where I'm in low light. This thing can lock onto anything. I truly believe it's because Nikon hadn't added any additional autofocus features. It just has like 3 autofocus settings and they always lock on. It's a flawless camera and I never want to give it up. Keep a bag of sync cable ports, batteries, things like that. Here's my go-to camera, my D4s with a 35mm 1.4G. That's my prime lens of choice. I keep it with me everywhere I go. This camera is a tank. This camera is the perfect camera. It's gotten me out of a lot of tricky situations. It's pretty much the only camera I haven't broken yet. And again, along with the 35mm 1.4G is the one. This is my setup. If I had one dream setup, this is all you could use is the 35 with the D4s. Absolutely love it. For backup, I have a D700 with a grip. I hardly ever pull that out, but just in case I ever have an emergency, it's nice to know I have a backup camera. I have a Nikon 14-24. Some people think this is a gimmick lens. I think it is a perfect lens. I use this for dance floor shots. When I shoot dance floors, I like to be on the dance floor dancing with my couples. And I just can't do that at 24mm with a prime or 35mm or 50mm. I need to be up in their faces. I need that wide angle. I need to get right up in there. And this is the only way to do it. And it's tack sharp and it's just an amazing lens. It's not the first lens I would buy. I wouldn't recommend it be the first lens someone buys, but it should be up there. And I can't recommend it a lot. I can't recommend it enough. I also have a fleet of flashes. I have a 910, I have a 900, SB900, I have a backup SB800. The SB900 has been known to blow up on me, so I like to carry a backup for this. I use these for off-camera flash. I use these if I need more power, if I'm in dark rooms. The SB800 I hardly ever use anymore because it has that stupid head that doesn't go all the way around. Absolutely giant pain in the ass, but I like having it just in case. Also have some more pocket wizards for off-camera flash. And I have my trusty Lomo LCA1, which is my one film camera I carry with me everywhere. I'll take like 2 photos with this at every wedding. I'll develop them at the end of the year if I'm lucky. And those photos, half of them don't come out. I hardly ever give them to couples. But I love the idea of having this, I guess it's a toy camera, but it's not. This is pretty solidly made. It costs a fortune, but I love to have it with me just in case. Sometimes I'll switch that out with the X100S, which is the camera that I am using right now to videotape this. And I think that's pretty much it. I have a super grip for if I need to put a flash on a pole, maybe the DJ's lighting kit. And inside my actual bag, I keep a reflector right here, which I hardly ever pull out, as well as a fold-up soft box, which I almost never put up, but just to have it with me in case, I don't know, one day I might need it. In my little pocket, I keep bandana, or more than likely it's just a sweatband. But, you know, it gets hot in weddings, especially in the summer. Well, I thank you very much for joining me today. I'm George Coronius, and this is what's in my bag. Take care.